HESI A2 Biology Mock Test. Question 1. Which of the following polymers is created by joining amino acids? Option A, DNA. Option B, lipid. Option C, protein. Option D, carbohydrate. The correct answer is option C, protein. Explanation. Are built by joining amino acids. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 2. All of the following molecules are used in the Calvin cycle except option A, oxygen. Option B, CO2. Option C, ATP. Option D, NADP. The correct answer is option A, oxygen. Explanation. Is released during the light-dependent stage of photosynthesis and is not used during the Calvin cycle. The other choices are used during the Calvin cycle to produce glucose. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 3. Which of the following substances cannot travel across a cell membrane without the use of energy? Option A, water. Option B, potassium. Option C, sodium. Option D, glucose. The correct answer is option D, glucose. Explanation. A glucose molecule is too large to pass through the cell membrane without the help of specialized proteins. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 4. Which of the following is true of cellular respiration? Option A. 2 molecules of ADP are produced during electron transport. Option B. 34 molecules of ADP are produced during glycolysis. Option C. 34 molecules of ADP are produced during the Krebs cycle. Option D. 38 molecules of ATP are produced during the entire process of cellular respiration. The correct answer is option D. 38 molecules of ATP are produced during the entire process of cellular respiration. Explanation. A total of 38 molecules of ATP are produced, 2 molecules from glycolysis, 2 molecules from the Krebs cycle, and 34 molecules from electron transport. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 5. Which of the following biological macromolecules is non-soluble, composed of hydrocarbons, and acts as an important source of energy storage for the body? Option A, carbohydrates. Option B, nucleic acids. Option C, lipids. Option D, proteins. The correct answer is option C, lipids. Explanation. Lipids, which include but are not limited to fats, are an efficient source of energy storage due to their ability to store nearly twice as much energy as carbohydrates and proteins. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 6. Which of the following is the best definition for metabolism? Option A, the process by which organisms lose weight. Option B, the process by which organisms return to homeostasis. Option C, the process by which organisms use energy. Option D, the process by which organisms leave homeostasis. The correct answer is option C, the process by which organisms use energy. Explanation. Metabolism is the complete set of chemical reactions in an organism. It includes catabolic reactions that release energy and anabolic reactions that build molecules. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 7. Which of the following is not a way that meiosis increases genetic variation? Option A, creating haploid sex cells that will be randomly fertilized. Option B, allowing for the exchange of genetic material between chromosomes. Option C, increasing the probability of mutations in the nucleotide sequence of DNA. Option D, sorting each set of homologous chromosomes independently. The correct answer is option C, increasing the probability of mutations in the nucleotide sequence of DNA. Explanation. Meiosis does not increase the probability of mutations. Mutations are caused by environmental factors, such as radiation, or mistakes in DNA replication. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 8. Which of the following choices would contain the code for making a protein? Option A, mRNA. Option B, tRNA. Option C, rRNA. Option D, DNA polymerase. The correct answer is option A, mRNA. Explanation. Is a sequence of nucleotides in which each triplet codes for a particular amino acid. The sequence of triplets in the mRNA would translate into the sequence of amino acids that make up a protein. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 9. At the end of which phase of mitosis are chromosomes first clearly visible under the light microscope? Option A, interphase. Option B, prophase. Option C, metaphase. Option D, anaphase. The correct answer is option B, prophase. Explanation. During prophase, the DNA replicated during interphase condenses into chromosomes, which are clearly visible under a light microscope. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 10. A scientist takes DNA samples from a cell culture at 2 different times, each same having the same cell count. In the first sample, he finds that there is a 6.5 pg of DNA, whereas in the second sample, he finds that there is a 13 pg of DNA. Which state of the cell cycle is the first sample in? Option A, interphase G1. Option B, interphase S. Option C, interphase G2. Option D, mitotic phase. The correct answer is option A, interphase G1. Explanation. During the G1 phase of interphase, the cell has not replicated its DNA, doubling the amount of DNA in the cell. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 11. Scientists suggest that blank has occurred through a process called blank. Option A, evolution, differentiation. Option B, evolution, natural selection. Option C, natural selection, homeostasis. Option D, homeostasis, reproduction. The correct answer is option B, evolution, natural selection. Explanation: evolution is change in inherited characteristics of populations over generations. Natural selection is a major mechanism in which heritable traits that improve reproductive success become more common. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 12. Mature RBCs are adapted to not contain a nucleus. This allows them to carry more hemoglobin. As a result of this adaptation, RBCs. Option A, cannot undergo mitosis. Option B, have large energy reserves. Option C, never die. Option D, reproduce quickly. The correct answer is option A, cannot undergo mitosis. Explanation: RBCs are created in bone marrow instead of going through mitosis. They are thinly type of cell created to be this way. Without a nucleus, RBCs are unable to go mitosis. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 13. Which of the following is not true for all cells? Option A, cells are the smallest unit of any life form that carries the information needed for all life processes. Option B, cells can only reproduce from existing cells. Option C, all cells are also called eukaryotes. Option D, cells are the basic structures of any organism. The correct answer is option C, all cells are also called eukaryotes. Explanation: cells can be prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Bacteria and archaea are prokaryotes, so it is not true that all cells are eukaryotes. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 14. Which of the following sentences is true? Option A, some organisms begin life as a single cell and others as multicellular. Option B, all organisms begin life as a single cell. Option C, all organisms begin life as multicellular. Option D, none of these answer choices. The correct answer is option B, all organisms begin life as a single cell. Explanation: every organism begins as at least one cell, whether a fertilized egg in multicellular organisms or a single cell that divides in unicellular organisms. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 15. Which of the following does not correctly match the part of the cell and its primary function? Option A, mitochondria, production of ADP through oxidative phosphorylation. Option B, nucleus, DNA replication and transcription. Option C, cell, translation of mRNA into proteins. Option D, Golgi apparatus, packaging and transportation of proteins within and in/out of cells. The correct answer is option C, cell, translation of mRNA into proteins. Explanation: translation of mRNA into proteins. Ribosomes are the organelles primarily responsible for translating mRNA into proteins. The primary function of the cell is the synthesis of lipids. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 16. Which of the following stages of cellular respiration produces the largest number of ADP molecules? Option A, glycolysis. Option B, fermentation. Option C, Krebs cycle. Option D, electron transport chain. The correct answer is option D, electron transport chain. Explanation: produces 30-32 molecules of ATP made during cellular respiration. The other choices each produce only 2 molecules of ADP. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 17. In a eukaryotic cell, DNA is transcribed in the option A, cytoplasm. Option B, ribosome. Option C, Golgi body. Option D, nucleus. The correct answer is option D, nucleus. Explanation: transcription occurs in the nucleus while translation occurs in the cytoplasm. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 18. The part of the cytoskeleton that is made of protein and helps support the cell is option A, cytosol. Option B, cell membrane. Option C, microtubules. Option D, ribosomes. The correct answer is option C, microtubules. Explanation: microtubules are protein tubes in the cytoskeleton that help maintain cell shape, move organelles, and form the mitotic spindle. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 19. Photosynthesis involves option A, carbon dioxide and water converting to glucose, not requiring light. Option B, carbon dioxide and water converting into glucose, requiring light. Option C, cyanobacteria converting chlorophyll into energy. Option D, cyanobacteria forming cellular respiration and glucose conversion. The correct answer is option B, carbon dioxide and water converting into glucose, requiring light. Explanation: photosynthesis uses light energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose, releasing oxygen. It occurs in chloroplasts of plants and algae. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 20. During which of the following phases of cellular respiration is the most ADP generated? Option A, glycolysis. Option B, fermentation. Option C, the Krebs cycle. Option D, electron transport. The correct answer is option D, electron transport. Explanation: 34 molecules of ATP are usually produced during electron transport. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 21. A student places a cell with 50 mm intracellular ion content into a solution containing a 20 mm ion content. Which of the following will happen in this system? Option A, water will move out of the cell, decreasing the size of the cell. Option B, water will move into the cell, increasing the size of the cell. Option C, ions will move into the cell. Option D, there will be no movement of water or ions across the cell membrane. The correct answer is option B, water will move into the cell, increasing the size of the cell. Explanation: the concentration of ions is higher inside the cell than outside, so water will move into the cell from the environment, increasing the size of the cell. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 22. A distinct difference between a plant cell and an animal cell is the presence of option A, ribosomes, option B, mitochondria, option C, a cell wall, option D, a nucleus. The correct answer is option C, a cell wall. Explanation: a plant cell is enveloped by a cell wall, but animal cells do not possess a cell wall. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 23. Muscle tissues will often require quick bursts of energy. As a result, which of the following organelles would be most likely to be found in higher than normal amounts in muscle cells? Option A, ribosomes. Option B, lysosomes. Option C, vacuoles. Option D, mitochondria. The correct answer is option D, mitochondria. Explanation: the mitochondria found in cells are what power the cell and provide it with the energy it needs to carry out its life functions. Muscle cells need a lot of ATP in order to provide the energy needed for movement and exercise. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 24. What does aerobic mean? Option A, heated. Option B, anabolic. Option C, calorie burning. Option D, in the presence of oxygen. The correct answer is option D, in the presence of oxygen. Explanation: aerobic processes require oxygen. In cellular respiration, oxygen serves as the final electron acceptor in the electron transport chain. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 25. The Krebs cycle refers to option A, the citric acid cycle, option B, the Cori cycle, or the process of lactate production by anaerobic glycolysis, option C, glycolysis, or the splitting of glucose in the cytoplasm, option D, the Calvin cycle, or carbon fixation and photosynthesis. The correct answer is option A, the citric acid cycle. Explanation: the Krebs cycle, also called the citric acid cycle, is an aerobic stage of cellular respiration in mitochondria. It oxidizes acetyl-CoA and produces electron carriers for the electron transport chain. Question 26. Which of the following cell organelles are the site of lipid synthesis? Option A, smooth ER. Option B, ribosome. Option C, rough ER. Option D, Golgi apparatus. The correct answer is option A, smooth ER. Explanation: the smooth ER is a series of membranes attached to the cell nucleus and plays an important role in the production and storage of lipids. It is called smooth because it lacks ribosomes on the membrane surface. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 27. Consider a prokaryotic organism that typically lives in a 10% saline environment. Which of the following would cause the organism to lose mass at the greatest rate during osmosis? Option A, a solution of pure water. Option B, a solution of 3% saline concentration. Option C, a solution of 10% saline concentration. Option D, a solution of 20% saline concentration. The correct answer is option D, a solution of 20% saline concentration. Explanation: water will leave the cell through osmosis when the concentration of solute outside the cell is greater than the inside the cell. Water will leave the cell when it's placed in a 20% solute solution, decreasing the mass of the cell. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 28. The monomer of a nucleic acid is option A, DNA. Option B, RNA. Option C, a nucleotide. Option D, an amino acid. The correct answer is option C, a nucleotide. Explanation: both DNA and RNA consist of a chain of amino acids. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 29. Which of the following is an example of a non-communicable disease? Option A, arthritis. Option B, measles. Option C, tuberculosis. Option D, influenza. The correct answer is option A, arthritis. Explanation: arthritis is not spread from person to person, so it is non-communicable. It involves joint inflammation or degeneration rather than an infectious agent. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 30. Which of the following is not present in an animal cell? Option A, nucleus. Option B, mitochondria. Option C, cytoplasm. Option D, cell wall. The correct answer is option D, cell wall. Explanation: the cell wall is the structure that gives plant cells their rigidity. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 31. Which of the following correctly describes the trait LL, if L represents tallness and L represents shortness? Option A, heterozygous phenotype and tall genotype. Option B, heterozygous genotype and tall phenotype. Option C, homozygous genotype and short phenotype. Option D, homozygous phenotype and short genotype. The correct answer is option B, heterozygous genotype and tall phenotype. Explanation. LL contains two different alleles, so the genotype is heterozygous. Because L is dominant for tallness, the phenotype is tall. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 32. Which of the following is the number of chromosomes found in a human gamete? Option A, 17. Option B, 22. Option C, 23. Option D, 46. The correct answer is option C, 23. Explanation. Human gametes have 23 unpaired chromosomes. Human somatic body cells have 23 pairs, or 46, chromosomes. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 33. The mitotic spindle forms during which phase of mitosis? Option A, prophase. Option B, metaphase. Option C, anaphase. Option D, telophase. The correct answer is option A, prophase. Explanation. In addition to the condensation of chromosomes, the mitotic spindle forms during prophase. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 34. When both parents give offspring the same allele, the offspring is blank for that trait. Option A, heterozygous. Option B, homozygous. Option C, dominant. Option D, recessive. The correct answer is option B, homozygous. Explanation. Homozygous means that the two alleles for a gene are the same. Heterozygous individuals have two different alleles. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 35. Which of the following nucleotides is not found in DNA? Option A, adenine. Option B, uracil. Option C, thymine. Option D, cytosine. The correct answer is option B, uracil. Explanation. A nucleotide found in RNA, not DNA. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 36. Which of the following units is most appropriate for measuring the mass of an ant? Option A, meters. Option B, grams. Option C, liters. Option D, kilograms. The correct answer is option B, grams. Explanation. An ant has a small mass, so grams are more appropriate than kilograms or larger units. In many contexts, milligrams could provide even finer precision. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 37. What is the longest phase of the cell cycle? Option A, metaphase. Option B, interphase. Option C, cytokinesis. Option D, mitosis. The correct answer is option B, interphase. Explanation. Interphase occupies most of the cell cycle because cells grow, carry out normal functions, and replicate DNA during its G1, S, and G2 phases. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 38. At the ACU codon, the amino acid threonine will be inserted in the polypeptide. Which of the following anticodons would be found on the tRNA molecule that carries threonine? Option A, ACU. Option B, UCA. Option C, TGA. Option D, UGA. The correct answer is option D, UGA. Explanation. Anticodons and codons are complementary. The complement of the codon ACU is the anticodon UGA. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 39. Genetics is the study of. Option A, physiology. Option B, science. Option C, anatomy. Option D, hereditary. The correct answer is option D, hereditary. Explanation. Genetics examines heredity and variation, including how traits are passed from parents to offspring through genes and alleles. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 40. Which of the following statements describes the expression of X-linked traits? Option A, X-linked traits are expressed more often in men. Option B, X-linked traits are expressed more often in women. Option C, X-linked traits are expressed equally in men and women. Option D, X-linked traits are expressed only in men who carry the dominant allele. The correct answer is option A, X-linked traits are expressed more often in men. Explanation. Because they carry only one copy of the gene and so will express the gene whether the allele is dominant or recessive. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 41. Alleles for brown eyes, B, are dominant over alleles for blue eyes, B. If two parents are both heterozygous for this gene, what is the percent chance that their offspring will have brown eyes? Option A, 25. Option B, 50. Option C, 75. Option D, 100. The correct answer is option C, 75. Explanation. The Punnett square shows that there is a 75% chance the child will have the dominant B gene, and thus have brown eyes. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 42. Which of the following is not a nitrogenous base found in DNA? Option A, thymine. Option B, uracil. Option C, adenine. Option D, guanine. The correct answer is option B, uracil. Explanation. DNA uses adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Uracil replaces thymine in RNA and is not a standard DNA base. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 43. Which of the following correctly lists the cellular hierarchy from the simplest to the most complex structure? Option A, organ system, organism, organ, tissue, cell. Option B, tissue, cell, organ, organ system, organism. Option C, organism, organ system, organ, tissue, cell. Option D, cell, tissue, organ, organ system, organism. The correct answer is option D, cell, tissue, organ, organ system, organism. Explanation. Cells form tissues, tissues form organs form organ systems, and organ systems form an organism. The original wording organ site has been retained from the source. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 44. What are the two types of cellular transport? Option A, passive and diffusion. Option B, active and passive. Option C, diffusion and active. Option D, kinetic and active. The correct answer is option B, active and passive. Explanation. Passive transport moves substances down a concentration gradient without direct energy input. Active transport uses energy to move substances against a gradient. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 45. Which of the following molecules can be found in abundance in a fatigued muscle? Option A, glucose. Option B, lactic acid. Option C, ATP. Option D, myoglobin. The correct answer is option B, lactic acid. Explanation. A byproduct of anaerobic respiration, builds up in muscles and causes fatigue. This occurs when the energy exerted by the muscle exceeds the amount of oxygen available for aerobic respiration. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 46. The Golgi apparatus is responsible for which of the following tasks? Option A, protein synthesis. Option B, intracellular and extracellular transport. Option C, storage and replication of DNA. Option D, production of ADP. The correct answer is option B, intracellular and extracellular transport. Explanation. The Golgi apparatus packages and transports proteins produced on the endoplasmic reticulum. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 47. If a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, what will happen to the cell? Option A, it will swell. Option B, it will shrink. Option C, it will stay the same. Option D, it does not affect the cell. The correct answer is option B, it will shrink. Explanation. A hypertonic solution has a higher solute concentration outside the cell. Water therefore leaves the cell by osmosis, causing it to shrink. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 48. If a plant is homozygous dominant, T, for a trait crossed with a plant that is homozygous recessive, T, for the same trait, what will be the phenotype of the offspring if the trait follows Mendelian patterns of inheritance? Option A, all offspring will show the dominant phenotype. Option B, all offspring will show the recessive phenotype. Option C, half of the offspring will show the dominant trait, and the other half will show the recessive phenotype. Option D, all the offspring will show a mix of the dominant and recessive phenotypes. The correct answer is option A, all offspring will show the dominant phenotype. Explanation. Because each offspring will inherit the dominant allele, all the offspring will show the dominant phenotype. The offspring would only show a mix of the phenotypes if they did not follow Mendelian inheritance patterns. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 49. Centrioles replicate in which of the following stages of cell division? Option A, interphase. Option B, mitosis. Option C, cytokinesis. Option D, meiosis. The correct answer is option A, interphase. Explanation. In interphase, the cell prepares to divide, so centrioles, which are small organelles involved in cell division, which will replicate if present. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 50. Sugars are built using which of the following monomers? Option A, monosaccharides. Option B, nucleotides. Option C, amino acids. Option D, fatty acids. The correct answer is option A, monosaccharides. Explanation. Monosaccharides are single sugar units such as glucose. They can join by dehydration reactions to form disaccharides and polysaccharides. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 51. The result of meiosis is option A, 2 haploid, 1N, cells. Option B, 4 haploid, 1N, cells. Option C, 2 diploid, 2N, cells. Option D, 4 diploid, 2N, cells. The correct answer is option B, 4 haploid, 1N, cells. Explanation. Meiosis has 2 divisions after 1 DNA replication and produces 4 genetically distinct haploid cells, which become gametes in sexually reproducing organisms. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 52. Which term refers to a cell with 2 sets of chromosomes, 1 from each parent? Option A, chromatids. Option B, haploid. Option C, diploid. Option D, cell cycle. The correct answer is option C, diploid. Explanation. Diploid cells contain 2 homologous sets of chromosomes, 1 inherited from each parent. Human somatic cells are diploid, while gametes are haploid. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 53. Which of the following properties of water causes water droplets to form beads on surfaces, such as on a leaf? Option A, adhesion. Option B, specific heat. Option C, surface tension. Option D, ability to dissolve substances. The correct answer is option C, surface tension. Explanation. Pulls together the molecules on the surface of water, forcing them to form a sphere, or bead. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 54. In a certain plant, having the dominant allele or results in the bright red seeds, and the recessive allele or results in pale pink seeds. In the first generation, a scientist crosses a true-breeding respiratory rate plant with a recessive respiratory rate plant. The F1 plant is then crossed with itself, resulting in the F2 generation. In the F2 generation, what percentage of the plants will have bright red seeds? Option A, 25%. Option B, 50%. Option C, 75%. Option D, 100%. The correct answer is option C, 75%. Explanation: the F1 generation will have all the genotype respiratory rate. In the F2 generation, 75% of the plants will carry the dominant or allele. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 55. The information stored in DNA is used to make which of the following molecules? Option A, amino acids. Option B, proteins. Option C, fatty acids. Option D, monosaccharides. The correct answer is option B, proteins. Explanation: are the express products of a gene. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 56. Which nitrogenous base is not found in a DNA molecule? Option A, adenine. Option B, cytosine. Option C, guanine. Option D, uracil. The correct answer is option D, uracil. Explanation: uracil is a nitrogenous base used in RNA. DNA uses thymine instead of uracil, along with adenine, cytosine, and guanine. This is why option D is correct. Question 57. The chromosomes of a eukaryotic organism would be found in the option A, chloroplast. Option B, nucleus. Option C, ribosome. Option D, cytoplasm. The correct answer is option B, nucleus. Explanation: in eukaryotes, chromosomes are contained in a membrane-bound nucleus. Prokaryotes lack a nucleus and keep DNA in a nucleoid region. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 58. Which of the following describes why small sections of DNA are lost during replication? Option A, the sections of DNA between Okazaki fragments cannot be recovered. Option B, DNA polymerase cannot replicate the end of the DNA strand. Option C, DNA cannot be read in the 5'3" direction. Option D, the initiator proteins bind only one strand of DNA. The correct answer is option B, DNA polymerase cannot replicate the end of the DNA strand. Explanation: DNA polymerase cannot replicate the end of a DNA strand, so that section of the DNA is lost during replication. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 59. Which of the following processes uses the information stored in RNA to produce a protein? Option A, replication. Option B, translation. Option C, transcription. Option D, mutation. The correct answer is option B, translation. Explanation: is the process of matching codons in RNA to the correct anticodon to manufacture a protein. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 60. Which of the following pairs of organelles perform similar functions? Option A, the nucleus and ribosomes. Option B, vacuoles and mitochondria. Option C, chloroplasts and mitochondria. Option D, ribosomes and chloroplasts. The correct answer is option C, chloroplasts and mitochondria. Explanation: these two organelles use an ADP synthase to generate ADP. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 61. The sacs used for storage in a cell, as well as digestion and waste, are called option A, waste sacs. Option B, vacuoles. Option C, cell membranes. Option D, lysosomes. The correct answer is option B, vacuoles. Explanation: vacuoles are membrane-bound sacs used for storage, waste handling, and, in some cells, digestion. Plant cells often have one large central vacuole. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 62. The result of mitosis is option A, 2 haploid, 1N, cells. Option B, 4 haploid, 1N, cells. Option C, 2 diploid, 2N, cells. Option D, 4 diploid, 2N, cells. The correct answer is option C, 2 diploid, 2N, cells. Explanation: the daughter cells produced during mitosis are genetically identical to their diploid, 2N, parents. This is why option C best matches the biological concept tested. Question 63. All living organisms on Earth utilize option A, oxygen. Option B, light. Option C, sexual reproduction. Option D, a triplet genetic code. The correct answer is option D, a triplet genetic code. Explanation: the genetic code is read in 3 base codons that specify amino acids or stop signals. This triplet code is nearly universal among living organisms. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 64. Which of the following is the molecule found in RBCs that binds to up to 4 oxygen molecules? Option A, hemoglobin. Option B, erythrocyte. Option C, globulin. Option D, antigens. The correct answer is option A, hemoglobin. Explanation: binds in RBCs binds to oxygen molecules and transports them from the lungs throughout the body. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested. Question 65. Photosynthesis takes place in which organelle of a photosynthetic, eukaryotic organism? Option A, nucleus. Option B, chloroplast. Option C, ribosome. Option D, endoplasmic reticulum. The correct answer is option B, chloroplast. Explanation: chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and the internal membranes where light-dependent reactions occur, as well as the stroma where the Calvin cycle occurs. This is why option B best matches the biological concept tested. Question 66. Which of the following compounds is not created by joining monosaccharides? Option A, glycogen. Option B, starch. Option C, cellulose. Option D, guanine. The correct answer is option D, guanine. Explanation: a nucleic acid, not a polysaccharide. This is why option D best matches the biological concept tested. Question 67. Which of the following structures is embedded in the cell membrane to facilitate the movement of molecules across the membrane? Option A, proteins. Option B, ATP. Option C, glucose. Option D, lipids. The correct answer is option A, proteins. Explanation: embedded in the cell membrane are integral to many cell functions, including active transport and some types of passive transport. This is why option A best matches the biological concept tested.